Hello there, I'm Ashwini and today I'm coming live and we will discuss how does this Open Assistant compares to the ChatGPT currently we are having. So let's start. Okay, so first I will give you one a kind of like a brief one. So this is our first page, and we have ChatGPT opened over here, and then we have it's the second page, and it contains the Open Assistant page. So both of them, they both are the large language model, and they are text models. So basically we can interact with them as there was some human and the answers for our question. We will be comparing them for their abilities, and then we will check them about the answers, which is a kind of more tricky or tangled. So first let's create a new chat. Okay, so we are here in our ChatGPT portal. Okay, so let's begin with the greeting one. How both the models greet back to us. So let's get a start. I will go with hello there. Just let's check how does it responds to this ChatGPT. So for ChatGPT, we can say that okay, it's quick and it's good. Okay, so let's ask ChatGPT how it can help us. How you could help me today. So it got a range of things to do with, like as it says, it can answer the general question, provide advice or person for professional or personal matters, and assist with language translation. So that's how basically it creates. Now let's go to the Open Assistant version. Open Assistant version, it's basically based on the Llama model we are having. The Llama model is open source, and you can check its code on GitHub. I will show you. I think it's Llama model. So Llama model is here. I hope this one is the official repository. Okay, anyway, so Llama model is open source for us, and let's go and check this one. The same question, hello there. Let's see how does it responds. Response time for Open Assistant is also good. We don't have to wait for a long time. We can see that we already have tons of language to choose with. So more or less they greeted in the same way, and now let's ask to Open Assistant to that how it can help me or us. So how can you help me today? Oh, so basically it created a use case. Well, it says a lot of things, and for us, we don't have to go through these many things, as we are kind of like comparing both of the options currently we are having. Okay, so now we will start with some other questions. Okay, so what should we ask for? Okay, so these models, now it's been a bit of time since these models are here with us, at least for the public use, and it gained a lot of popularity. So let's ask both of them to write one email which I want to send to my manager regarding my promotion. Yeah, so that could be the easy one. Okay, let's start with ChatGPT. So write one email to my manager. The topic is okay. Let's give it a more clear thought. The subject is my promotion. Currently, I'm working in the role of let's get some like different role from my current role. Uh, Data analyst, and I feel like I should be promoted to senior data analyst. We can include some more information. I am working with this company for the last let's suppose 3 years. And I have a total experience of 4 years. Hope this would work. Okay, so it have started writing their email, and so let's see if the email is good enough to use or not. I hope this email finds you well and writing you formally request. I have been working as a data analyst for this company for the last 3 years, and believe that develop the necessary skill and experience to take on a major senior role. Okay, this one is good. And now just let's say that to summarize this, to make this email a bit small, make this email small. Let's see. Okay, this is where chat gpt sometimes having issues with. It takes time to start, and sometimes without any reason, like it will take a lot of time to put the next text on your screen. So these things usually take time. Okay, so meanwhile it's writing the compressed version, or a less comprehensive version. We will just copy this one, and we'll pass it to OpenAssistant, and let's check how does it responds to us. Great. Okay, I will also mention here my name. I am Ashwini. Now let's see how does it. I took my name wrong. Oh, you did an excellent work over the past. We think you deserve. But it took it it took it very wrong, and it just considered that the promotion should it's the mail from my manager. Okay, I will make it clear. Could you please write one mail from my side? To help me on promotion. Let's see. Yeah, now it took it well. Hmm. I hope this email finds you well. I think this line was, yeah, it's a common line. I believe that I'm ready to take on this. Okay, so meanwhile, ChatGPT have already compressed that one, and let's see. Yeah, it's a bit smaller than the previous response we are having. Okay, and now we have. Hmm. I can see that Open Assistant have mentioned these things like I have gained extensive knowledge in data manipulation, modeling, visualization, SQL programming. So it did mention some skills. Let's check for ChatGPT. Yeah, it just said that analyze complex data set, and we have like what's like necessary skills. Hmm. But we don't have the particular particular skills mentioned. But on this part, Open Assistance is nice and great that we have this uh, these things mentioned as the particular skills which is required for the success or the criteria for a senior data analyst. Okay, now let's again just ask Open Assistant to make this email, like to summarize this email or make it a bit small. Could you make this one a bit small? Let's check. Hmm. Now it's taking time. Okay. Hmm. That's bad. It's completely like understood something else and it left that prompt in the between. So okay, now we will. I will ask it in a more uh, good way. Make the promotion hmm, promotion request email small. Hmm. What does it say? Request for promotion. Please find the below version of your email. Okay, that's good. Over the last past 3 years, I have grown personally and professionally with the company. Given my hard work and dedication, and I kindly seek promotion from data analyst to senior data analyst level. Okay, it's the sorted version of the email is, we can say it's not that one good, but yeah, ChatGPT does well on this side. Okay, now coming on something different. So this part we discussed just now, that it was about how it can help us to write some formal email related things. And now let's ask it a different question. Okay, so what could be our next question? Let's go into the world of movies. Do you have any knowledge about Interstellar? Okay, so uh, yeah, that was expected. Like, yes, of course, it's a very large language model and it will have this knowledge. So now let's ask Chat GPT for okay, so there was a scene in Interstellar where the main characters were on Miller's planet, and it said that every 1 hour on Miller's planet is around 7 years on Earth. So let's ask ChatGPT if it can explain that part. That how come 1 hour on Miller's planet is 7 years on Earth? Hmm. Could you explain how come 1 year on Miller's planet is 7 years on Earth. Okay, for those who don't know about the Miller's planet, meanwhile I will just skip the screen. It's Miller planet. Okay. We have the sun. Nice to know. This sort of website seems to be, this page at least seems to be focused on interstellar. So yeah, so from the point of view of interstellar, Miller's planet is a planet which is orbiting Gargantuela, and Gargantuela is the black hole that they had in that movie. So let's go back to our the ChatGPT, and let's see how does it explains this one. So it says like the time dilation effect observed in movie Interstellar occurs due to combination of two principles of physics: the theory of relativity and gravitational time dilation. Okay, so basically it tries to explain how does time dilation occurs, and if we go on the main part, in the case of Miller's planet, it's located close to massive black hole which generates a strong gravitational field. This causes time to move slower on the planet than it does on Earth. Okay, than it does on Earth. Therefore, for every hour that passes on Miller's planet, several hours passes on Earth. Nice. Does it remembers the name of black hole? Let's check. Do you know the name of black hole? Just say yes. Yeah, it's on its way. Okay, nice. Its name is Gargantua. So it does know about Miller's planet. Now let's ask the same question to OpenAssistant. Nice. It also have information about the movie Interstellar, and meanwhile it's like explaining things about Interstellar. Let's ask the same question. How 1 year? How? Okay, I said 1 year on Miller planet. It's not 1 year. It was 1 hour on Miller planet. Hmm. Uh, but it did cast in the answer that for every hour passes on Miller's planet, several hours passes on Earth. Okay, we will fix this mistake here. How come 1 hour? Nice. Well, for both of them, the core part, like it's they are good on the core part that gravity affects time and it causes time to pass differently for objects moving closer to each other compared to those further apart. Mm-hmm. It did mention the characters, the coop. Nice. So, from the responses from OpenAssistant, and the OpenAssistant currently seems to be providing more some kind of like more details for the things which we are passing. At the end, both of them took this question in a very proper way, and they responded in a, yeah, that's a nice way. Hmm. Okay, so now what? Now coming to, now let's shift our paradigm from the movie point of view to the computation field. And in the field of computation, there's one question which is kind of like it's never answered. No one can answer that question exactly, and that is like for a given program, could you determine if the program will halt or not? So let's ask the same question first to ChatGPT, that just write a program that can determine whether a given program will halt or not. Anyway, okay. So yeah, it mentions in the very beginning that the problem of determining whether a program will halt or not is known as the halting problem, and is a classic example of undecidable problem in computer science. And as it says, like, it had been in this line, it has been proven that there is no general algorithm that can solve the halting problem for all the possible programs. That's good. So let's try to ask it for some kind of program, and let's see how does it responds. Could you give me some Python codes for that? Go ahead. Oh, nice. I always like this thing, like as I mentioned earlier. So the fact that these language models are stateful, they remember the conversation we had with them earlier. That's a great thing. Going through the answer, it says that, as I mentioned earlier, it's not possible to write a program in Python or in any other language that can determine the certainty whether a given program will halt or not. Meanwhile, it goes on answering these things. Just let's ask OpenAssistant about how does it, what does it thinks about halting the program. Okay, it says to design such a program that determines whether or not a given program halts or runs forever, we will need to define what constitutes halting. It answers the same thing that, okay, I will not answer this one, and there is no such particular answer for this question. But still, let's go and ask, we will go and ask it for a Python program for that. For the last question, as we remember, it's not understanding things as well as ChatGPT. Okay, it do says it represents just one approach out of many possibilities. It's here. Okay, but yeah, it did prompted some code which we can use, but this halting program, it's more like it's very what we can say, that it's a very we have to write code for very specific purpose for that, and what we consider halting is. Okay, now coming to here, we the response from the chat GPT includes one code, and it says that here's an example how a Python program can use a time module to measure the running time of a function. I'm having my CV information in YAML format, and we will pass this information to both of the models, and we'll check and we'll ask them to create one web page for my CV. Create CV for me, by using the following information. Let's go. Okay, I just forget to mention, this is more of a resume. It's yeah, it's not a CV. It did pass things well, as I have I will check the name. So I had this first name, and then we had this last name, and in the format, like when it did created the CV, it just took the name as Ashwini Kumar. Okay, now let's ask it for having creating some HTML code. Create and not create. Get me some HTML code for my CV page. Okay, it did started. Nice. I hope that it will look good. Oh, that's bad. Oh no, that's good. Okay. Meanwhile, let's go and create one folder to check how does these things are working. So I will just create a new folder with the name of resume. I will open this folder and I will create the first one as ChatGPT. Now do one thing. Where we are, I think we are in where we are. Source lab resume and ChatGPT. Okay. Here we need to create one file. Index dot. We will go with resume.html. Now we will just copy everything and we'll paste it here. Just save and exit from this one. You can open this file. Well, it's a real good CV. We don't have the CSS for this one, but from the UI perspective and from the coding part, it's really looks good as the name is highlighted. Then so the contact information, nice. It does it contains my GitHub and LinkedIn profile. Just check. Yeah, it's great. So it created one link for my GitHub profile and same for the LinkedIn. Okay, meanwhile it just copy this whole question and will pass it to OpenAssistant. Yeah, let's see. Okay, so both of them initially, yeah, I didn't ask it for any code, that's why it didn't provide any code. But it too, it's good at this one, but it didn't included my email address. Anyway, let's ask it for the code. Give me HTML code for web page of my CV. Okay, it didn't added the information So I think we can ask it for that. Let's ask it for please add the information from the input I did past about myself. It's still on the things and creating it's by default it's creating the CSS part for us, but the question is first we need the HTML code. Let's see. Okay, OpenAssistant does this thing a bit different. Instead of creating things for me, it's creating things for some random person, and that's kind of like not that much useful to me for now. So we will just leave this part as we didn't got any particular code with this sort of conversation with OpenAssistant. But of course, I hope we can extend this one and we get something more precise and peculiar. I'm just going to my next question for both of them. So the next big thing we are having is tax computation. So let's create a tax plan from, okay, this time let's go to OpenAssistant first. So Ashwini, my age is 25 and could you please create one tax plan for me? Well, I am from India and my total income for financial year 2022 to 2023 is, let's give it some arbitrary number like 9 LPA. And what else? Try to use tax saving schemes and other investment. Okay, what does it says? It says based on the limited information provided, it could be best to consult a qualified tax advisor. Good, that's a good thing. Whenever you don't have a particular information, and these taxation things is way more complex, so it's always good to go for a professional for that one. But anyway, that's why we are here. We are here to check the abilities of this model to create things. Okay, things which it's adding, it's just saying that okay, T section C, it includes the we can get a tax benefit of 1.5 lakh. Then we have and the EPF, we can choose low cost equity funds which have benefits in ATC, take advantage from home loan interest. Yeah, that's one of the biggest investment Indians do and use it for the tax saving scheme. Anyway, just ask it for, so could you plan how much tax I will have to pay? So it is still denies to go for that part. Okay, now let's go and ask this same question to ChatGPT. And now it's taking time. Oh, I don't know why. Okay, sure. Ah, now this is where ChatGPT leads. So it can give us a plan for our total tax thing. So it's exactly writing that's okay. So this one is the bracket where we will have to pay the 5% tax, and for the 10% part, and then the 15% part, and it's calculating tax on for all of them. It's really great. So we can see that this OpenAssistant version and this ChatGPT version. The OpenAssistant, when we asked it for the taxation, it provided us with the information like what could be the best investment options where we can invest for having taxation. And nice. ChatGPT, after considering the total tax liability, it's providing us the suggestions that where we can invest for decreasing our tax liability. So I will just stop this. And we will go to some other question. So these are the things we had from the questioning part. The direct question we can ask ChatGPT and OpenAssistant. So now let's just start asking those tricky questions. So first, starting with the ChatGPT. So this question is about it's mostly that okay. So we are having three bottles in one room, and I just drank one of them. Then how many water bottles are remaining in that room? So let's ask it. There are three bottles in a room. I will add it as a water bottle, and I drank one of them. So how many water bottle remaining in the room? So these questions, I just directed this question from after the launching of the public preview of ChatGPT, we had a lot of tricky question going over internet. That these are the question which ChatGPT can't answer, and that's what it did now. Like it's a new trend model, but again, it says after drinking one of the water bottle, there will be two water bottle remaining in the room, but that's the water bottle didn't went away. I didn't drank the water bottle. I just drank the water, dear. So this is the output from ChatGPT. We will ask this question to OpenAssistant too. That how does it text those things? Let's go. The both does the same. Like after drinking one of the water bottle, there will be two remaining water bottle left in the room. Now, so they are still like having a bad time in finding the in understanding the logical part of the question. Now let's ask this question first to OpenAssistant. That there's one electric train running from east to west So where does the smoke will move? Oh, this typing thing. uh, that's not the good question. In which direction the smoke will move on? And as we know that, okay, it's an electric train. Oh, sorry, it's an electric train, and there would be no smoke from this train. So let's ask this question, and before asking I will just copy this one, and so that we can paste the same thing to ChatGPT. Let's see. Nice. It says that since an electric train doesn't use a steam power like older trains did, it doesn't produce a smoke during operation. Therefore, the direction a smoke moves won't be relevant in this case, since a smoke wouldn't be present at all. That was totally unexpected from these models, as they are good, but sometimes they do very bad at the logical part. It's really good. I hope ChatGPT also answered this one in a good way. Yeah, it says the same thing, that there will be no smoke in an electric train, since electric train do not use fossil fuel that produce a smoke. Nice. Okay, so that's the comparison we just had about ChatGPT and this OpenAssistant. So it's my first live program, and I hope I will bring others. Okay, so that's the comparison about the ChatGPT and OpenAssistant. We asked them all around, I think, 6 questions, and on some part it did well, and on some part of like the tricky part, like these questions like water bottle one, it didn't did perform well. But on the taxation part it did great. I will say that on the taxation part, OpenAssistant was not that much good to us, and on the CV part, ChatGPT is good, and and although like OpenAssistant provided a good template for us, it just didn't include the information which I personally mentioned. What else? So what else did we compare? And then we had this the halting program code that we asked for, and the board did great on the halting program. Okay, so in my opinion, both of these models are really good. They have a lot of parameters on which they are trained, and they perform really well in this scenario. We know like ChatGPT, we don't have their source code at public. So but this OpenAssistant, they have their source code public, and I personally I will prefer that people should use this one too, and so that we can support this open source part in the field of AI. Yeah, so that's from my side. Thanks a lot for being with us. Thank you. Bye bye.